So on Sunday, it was just more of the same, resting a lot. And then on Monday, we got squeezed in with my cardiologist, who was now back in town, fortunately. And well, I had to go on a wheelchair, which is not very fun, especially because up to this point, I had come back to my exercise routine, which was set for me back in 2017 when I did cardiopulmonary rehabilitation. So that became part of my treatment. My lung doctors told me that it was like an additional medication. And since 2017, even though I have tried to keep up with that, there have been times when I've had to stop, either because there was too much going on in my life or I ended up too tired or whatever. And then there were other times when I just didn't feel strong enough and I had to pause that for a while. So in 2023, I had a very, very big relapse. Like I went from feeling the strongest I've felt since my diagnosis to needing help showering and being wheeled around. I couldn't really walk for more than 5 minutes before I started feeling really, really, really overexerted. So that happened, and then I had like ups and downs. And fortunately, I started receiving a medication that helped me a lot since the beginning of 2025. So it's been a year and a bit with that medication, and that helped me start getting active again, and eventually I started exercising again. I had started my exercise routine this year, I think, and part of it is like I need to be strong, right? I can't be losing all my very little muscle mass. Like, at least let me maintain it, right? Because I need it to be able to do stuff. And also for, for vanity or even self-esteem, I want to have a little more because I'm very skinny. So I forgot why I was telling you this, but it was because I had to go to my doctor's appointment on my wheelchair, and that was not very fun because I had been getting back on the treadmill for a while. So anyway. So yeah, my doctor doubled the dose of one of my medications. It has helped. This is getting so long. What's important? So we had a holiday coming up, and we asked the doctor if I was gonna be able to go, and he was like, sure. I mean, you're gonna be resting, doing very little. If you get into the pool, it's just gonna be like maybe half an hour max. Just listen to your body. So that was basically me being cleared for going to the holiday, which my parents told me they were gonna just cancel because of this. And that would have been really, I don't want my family or anybody to change their plans or to stop doing things that they want to do because I can't, right? I don't know if you relate to this, but I kind of tell my parents often enough that they should just do the things that they want to do. Like, if they want to travel, please do. Like, please travel. Just because I can't for one reason or another, like, don't let me weigh you down, you know? So I was glad that my doctor actually said that. He was like, Alejandra cannot keep up with everyone. It's impossible to expect her to do a third of what a normal person can do. And I was like, thank you. I mean, when I feel good, sometimes I feel like my family might forget a little bit. So I was glad that my doctor said that. I mean, I'm sure my parents don't forget that I have this illness or whatever, but you know, yeah. But also I was glad because my doctor said, but also don't let her limit you. Like, just because she can't doesn't mean that you shouldn't. Like, go ahead, do what you want to do. Don't expect her to keep up. Like, just let her rest when she needs to. I was like, I mean, we all know that, but I'm just being a brat. My parents are aware. But yeah, he said that. He cleared me to go. Yay. Uh, is my dog there? Yep. Okay. All right. So we went to the holiday. Both the going and the coming back, like the airport stuff, my heart rate was so high the whole day. It was the most uncomfortable. I don't even know why. Now, during the holiday, I was pretty much dissociated most of the time. I have learned to recognize when I dissociate. My personality basically disappears. I have like not a thought in my head. Like, I can't think of anything to say. I'm just like a cardboard cutout of myself. And to be fair, all I seemed to think about was this, because I had symptoms. I had like discomfort. My heart rate went up easily. I had palpitations. I was scared because I was like, what the fuck does this mean? I tend to catastrophize. I tend to be all what's the word? Doom and gloom about health stuff, because I'm always like, is this it? Is this it this time? Is this the end? So that's usually like what comes up when things take a turn for the worse. So I wasn't able to enjoy the holiday as much as I would have liked to, because it was hard to be present when the present was where the symptoms were felt. You know what I mean? Like, how do you expect me to be here with you when here is also where the palpitations are? And the palpitations trigger fear of death, doom and gloom, all sorts of catastrophizing in my mind. It was difficult because it was like a week between the event and us leaving for the holiday. So it was very little time. My even though the treatment got changed, I was like, still now, it's been, I think, 3 weeks now. Still now, I am still not stabilized. So anyway, I was dissociating, which was a pity because I had 2 family members, one that lives overseas and the other one that lives far away enough that we only see her maybe once a year, maybe once every 2 years. So it was like, I wish I had been in a different state of mind. And my intuition is very, very sensitive. And for some reason, every time we talked about the holiday, I wasn't very excited for some reason. All the elements seemed to point out that it was gonna be great. But for some reason, every time the holiday was mentioned, like, oh, the countdown, oh, it's 3 weeks till the holiday, yeah, and the swimming suit, and you got everything, yeah, and well, every time it was mentioned, I didn't feel excited. I didn't feel it. And now I know why. I didn't really enjoy it as I would have hoped. Like, it's too bad. Maybe it wasn't for me. But I am glad that we got to do it anyway. Because maybe I was a little absent in my mind. But I was present for some of it. I was present. I did my best within my circumstances. Like, I don't think, because here's the thing, right? You can put the things on, you can show the heart rate. I don't know if you can see that. You can just put this on and be like, that's my saturation level, my heart rate. You can show that to people around you, and if it's really like off the baseline, they're like, oh, okay. They can be standing right in front of you, but still they don't know. And I don't want them to know. I don't want them to have to know. They don't need to feel this too. Like, it's enough that I feel it. They don't have to, okay? But it can get lonely. It can be lonely. It can be a lonely experience when you're feeling all sorts of crappy sensations. And even though your loved ones care and they ask, how are you feeling? And they're like, okay, put this on. Let's see how you're doing. Oh, okay. That's as far as it goes, because I am the one who has to stay with it. I figure my parents understood, and I guess, I hope my brother and everyone else could understand. I don't know. I didn't talk to them about this. I'm just thinking maybe my parents told them or something. I mean, my brother knew, but I don't want to talk about it because it's the holiday, but also that's all I'm thinking about. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was like that. Anyway, we came back home, and as I told you before, the airport day back was awful, in the sense that even though I was like I was sat in the wheelchair and I wasn't doing much, I still had that, my heart rate was above the 100. So I was like, what gives? I'm sitting. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you about the ways in which I coped with this whole situation. What was the first thing? First thing, of course, was like, I'm gonna die. I was like, I was faced with my own mortality, as one does, as one does with heart disease. Sometimes death just peekaboo. Remember? Don't forget. It kind of feels like that. So yeah, what was my thought process? At first I was like, we're fucked. This came out of nowhere. What is happening? Why did this happen? Why won't it go away? Why is it still going? Am I going to die? I had to reel my mind back in so that it wouldn't go to scary places and just make things a lot worse than they were. Because I was already having a bad time. I didn't really need to be thinking about my life is over, or just very sad thoughts. So, I mean, to be fair, sure, I do get to be dramatic, but also it's the heart, it's the literal motor of your body. And if it malfunctions, what the fuck am I supposed to think? How did I reel it in? How did I, you know, how's that saying go? Like by the bootstraps and like. Fortunately, I also have a very, very intense spiritual side of me. I have a spiritual connection to the Buddha's teachings. And the best resource that I rely on, that I fall back on in moments of desperation and fear, is something that's called refuge, which is basically taking refuge in the Buddha's teachings, the people who are walking that path alongside you, and your teacher. So that was my comfort in the worst moments, because when you think you are going to die, I mean, which is true, you are gonna die. That's facts. When? That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know when. But you are gonna die. You and I, all of us, the day is gonna come. It's just that when these things happen, you think the day is right around the corner. So it shakes you up, and fear might come up. And because I don't want to die scared, because I want to die in peace whenever that happens, I resorted to my refuge. And that was the only thing that would calm me down. That was the only thing that really helped in those times, because it got scary. It got really scary and lonely. Because, as I said, even if they know, even if they're right here, your family, they don't really know. You're going through this alone. But with refuge, it doesn't feel like I'm alone. It doesn't feel like you're alone. So that helped me. By doing that refuge practice, I was able to tune into a mindset of trust in whatever happens, like literally just accepting and surrendering, because fighting doesn't feel good. Fighting what's happening, it gets you nowhere, and it just makes you feel worse, and it expends so much energy. So changing my mindset into one of trust and surrender, having my refuge, I felt safe, and I was like, okay, whatever happens, I am safe, I'm okay, no matter what, it's okay. Another way I was coping was because I believe in the Buddha's teachings, I believe in karma, and also that all karma has a beginning and an end. So anything that happens, whether it's positive or negative, it will end eventually. So that's another way I was coping with this. There was even one morning when I woke up feeling so happy when I felt my arrhythmias. Every time I felt that crappy sensation and that scary physical sensation, I felt relief and I felt true joy, which was crazy. But I felt true joy because I was like, we're getting closer to this particular karma exhausting itself. Like every discomfort that I feel is one step closer to being free from this. So that was also something that gave me hope and made me feel good. The karma is going to exhaust itself in time, and in order for that to happen, I need to stop resisting it. I need to stop wishing it away. I need to just accept it, face it, let it go through me, and that's it. And trust, and do my best, and recognize the goodness in my heart, and recognize that everything I've done is to be happy, just as everyone else. We're all trying to be happy, and they all deserve it, and I deserve it. We all deserve to be happy. Okay? That helped me cope as well. And as for the good that came out of this, was that my priorities became clear again, because these moments where you are faced with your own mortality, they tend to bring out things that are important, and they show you what things aren't important. And so I was able to see, my priorities. Priorities. I was able to see them. I was able to see what's important in my life and my goals. It's like I got a renewed drive, and like some new fresh coal was thrown into my furnace, and I felt like, yes, I'm gonna do this. I don't want to wait anymore. I just want to do these things, and it feels good. It feels good when you get that push. It feels great. Thank you. I appreciate it. And just to wrap this up, I just want to say, whatever challenge you are going through right now, I invite you to try and fully accept it. Doesn't mean that you're not going to look for ways to make it better, or to solve it, or fix it, or change it somehow. I just want you to stop fighting it in here. Just take it on without pushing like you want it out of the way. Just let it go through you, let it transform you, letting it be what it is, and letting it teach you what it has to teach you. And I also want you to think, whatever limitations you have right now, whatever this challenge is, whatever way in which it is limiting you or making things difficult for you, I want you to think, be really honest with yourself. What can you do within these circumstances? What can you do? It says here, if you were dying in a couple of months, what priorities come to mind? This is something that we should all do every now and then. Do the changes now. Don't wait. Why wait? And then it says here, what concrete action can you take today, or even right now? What's the smallest step you can take toward your true goals? I was not paying attention. Let me read it again. What concrete action can you take today, or even right now? What can you do? What can you do? What is feasible right now within your limitations, within your circumstances? What can you do? What is the smallest step? What is the smallest step you can take toward your true goals today or right now. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for your company. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for your listening ear. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. And if you got any value from this, I appreciate you leaving a comment, like, maybe even sharing this with someone you know that might like it. Whatever, you do you. Take care and be brave. I'm just kidding. You already are.